Okay, so when it comes to Black Mirror, I watched your episode and I was mind blown as usual with this series. It's always unexpected. That's what we can expect, the unexpected. How do you really think that that lent itself to your episode? Kate, you can take this one.
This episode definitely is I feel like it's unique. I mean, every episode in Black Mirror is unique and sort of can stand alone, but also the themes usually sort of overlap each other, which is always really interesting to see how they're dealt with. But I loved how intimate our episode was, is, and yet also how universal the themes are, and of course you can expect lots of twists and turns in it as well.
Absolutely. I really didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if your characters were going to just go for it or if she was going to hold back. So it was a great episode. Okay, I need to know, Josh, what was your reaction when you first read the script?
Well, I mean, like I basically knew that I wanted to be a part of it no matter what. So I was, it was darker than I expected it to be, to tell you the truth. I thought I had a pretty good beat on where it was going, and it turned out to be worse. You know, so yeah, I mean, but I knew that I wanted to be a part of a Black Mirror episode for a long time. So when they called and offered it to me, I was basically on board before I read the script.
What about you, Kate? What was your reaction when you read the script?
Oh, yeah, it's so heartbreaking. But I also was surprised by, the outcome, definitely. And that just made me want to be a part of it even more, because I thought, oh, well, if I'm surprised while reading it, hopefully people will be surprised when watching it as well.
Well, I watched it last night and I can tell you I was definitely surprised. It was also just heart-wrenching. I was like, I can't even believe this is happening. Okay, so making it a little bit lighthearted, Josh, there's so many great co-stars around this season. I'm wondering, have you met Annie Murphy, sorry. And did you realize that just a few weeks ago she admitted that you were one of her childhood crushes back in the day?
No, so depressing back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Annie Murphy, I don't know. No, I've never met her. But you know, I'm sorry that I inflicted that hair on her wall, if that was what was happening. You know, as a child.
And Kate, it's the 10-year anniversary of House of Cards. How I want to know, how did that
Are
role?
you trying to make us feel old in this?
No, no, no,
This
that's
is the
not what
whole
I'm
point
trying
of
to do
this.
at all. I promise. I promise. So I need to know, how did that role change your life and career? And do you have a favorite memory from back then?
Yeah, well, it was definitely one of the great experiences I've had as an actor. And one of my favorite roles, absolutely, still to this day. Um, Working with David Fincher is one of the great highlights of my career for sure. And it was just incredible. Yeah, and I look back on it very fondly. I mean, it's hard to think of one specific memory, because really the whole thing was really special, but definitely working with Fincher was it.
That's great. And Josh, I promise I'm not trying to age you guys, but it is the 20-year anniversary of Hollywood Homicide, and
Nice
we
one.
have to talk about it. Do you have a favorite memory from on set?
Yeah, I had a great time working on that. Harrison and I got along very well despite the rumors that have recently circulated. But I did almost kill him, which
What does that mean?
which wasn't good. But it was accidental. I mean, I'd taken a stunt driving course and for the film, and had been doing a lot of the driving scenes. There weren't that many, but I had to do a few in the film. And one of them, I'm driving with Harrison in the car, and a stunt driver pulled into a place where he should have pulled across and hit us. And we have film footage of Harrison's head hitting, the windscreen, because it was it's a, what do you call it, a convertible.
Oh my gosh.
Um, yeah, no, he was fine, but I was very close to killing one of my idols.
Okay, well, I'm glad that didn't happen. And he's making his last run as Indiana Jones. Are you excited to see the movie?
No, I know. Of course, I'm going to see it. We all grew up on Harrison Ford.
My one of my very first ever movies was with Harrison Ford. I was 14 or something. So
Really?
yeah, a movie called Random Hearts. So yeah, I always love Harrison Ford.